This is the dollar yen for September 28. On the weekly chart, we have closed below the prior week's low. We had a couple of good trades in the dollar yen last week. Our initial trade was to buy the dollar yen above 90.80, and we were hoping that it will take us above the 91.73, which it did, only to reverse back below the 91.73, and that was our shorting trade. So we had a winning trade to the upside above the 90.88, and then we reversed below the 91.73, only for and it continued to decline, trading through the structural point of 90.88, and now it closed at 89.62. On a weekly base, this is a very bearish trade for the dollar yen, and as long as the dollar stays below the 90.13, we should be maintaining our bearish stance on the dollar. Only if it does come back and a trade above the 90.13, this where we are going to reverse and actually start looking to go long the dollar yen. The reason I'm saying that is that, as I said, we can see some serious strength coming into the other dollar pairs, and also some strength coming in the or weakness in the dollar commodities, or in the commodity like the crude oil, the gold, the silver. Most of the commodities have began to turn around. Either it is a liquidation or whatever, but that would indicate, since they do have an inverse relationship with the dollar, that the dollar would begin to move to the upside. The only currency, there are only two currencies that the dollar has shown significant weakness against, and that is the yen and the euro. So our initial buy on the dollar yen would be 90.13. Looking at the daily chart for the let me show you the weekly chart for the yen as an index. We have closed above the 111.16, and that was our initial buy here. We were looking actually to buy the yen future, or the yen currency, which is the basket of the yen versus all the other currencies, above the 1.115. So we did trade above it, and that's where we are closing right now. So our sell signal as far as the yen index would be on a trade below the 1.115. Looking at the daily yen, you can see that this is the trades that we had last week above the 91.72, and then we reversed. So our next initial target would be towards the 88.58. We have about another 100 pips to go to the downside if that rally in the yen should continue. On that basis, our buy that we took from the weekly is the 90.13, and that is right there. So now we're going to begin to enter our trades in the radar screen. As you see, our shorting point last week was the 90.88, and and our long point was the 91.73, and we do have. So I'm just going to enter the new prices. So our buying point is 90.13 for the dollar yen. We are still maintaining our short bias, and our structure long remains the 91.73. and our downward target or the structural target now is going to be the 88. Let me get that number again. The structural short is 88.58. So with that, we are going to enter these lines on our radar screen. The 90.13, that would be our first buy. So with that, we are looking, and as you see, the market side is about close to the 90 yen. So we're still extremely bearish on this. And once we get the opening range for Sunday night, if we do have a buy coming out of the range of the Tokyo session, we are going to filter that out. We are not going to take the first buy. We will only take the buy if it gets either the second buy or if the market opens above the 90.13. I can take the first short. I will be looking for a test of this low of the day, which is the 89.50. So I'll be looking for a test of the 89.50. If the prices do trade below 89.50 and they come back up again, that might be a buying signal for us. But until then, we're looking only to take the shorts or the short out of the range, and we will filter the first buy coming out of the opening range for the dollar yen.